kilingolti andu manyanna sonna ko politiko ay njanjang wo kamala mbe banko toyala mbe albe kontonna mbe aljayila wala mna kumodi wassalam wajubillahi minas shaitanir rajim bismillahir rahmanir rahim mbokki Gambien ak ñu fi dëkka maa ngi waxee ci turi Security Council maa ngi nuyuwaat tamit political parties yëpp political leaders yëpp ak seen militants yi si luñ téye seen boppa respect loi bi since commencement electoral process bi doole ko si campagne bi ba dem si wote bi ñun surtout Security Council ñu ngi leen a jërëm si loolu ñu ngi bëgg tamit lu ngeen meloon si time yi election bi doole ko si campagne bi ba di voting bi ngeen continuer loolu nekk ci kaaraange réew ñu ngi wone tamit ne koo xam ne am nga liggéey boo xam ne yaa ngi ko war a def mu nga dem ci liggéey boobu nga xaar bañ announce final result bu mujjee bi ñu ngi na remind ne ñun ñëpp Gambien lañ ñun ñoo bokk yaay ñoo bokk papa te ñu ñëpp moom Gambia bi ci kaw loolu wala ñoo fexee ba politique yaaxa suñ diggante ñu ngi leen a jërëm di leen santa ci déglu bi
الذي هم فيه مختلفون كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا وجعلنا الليل لباسا.
Today is Christmas Day. It is a day of thanksgiving, prayers for Christians all over the world, and a day of solidarity for Muslims in particular and all peace-loving people. I would like to take this opportunity to wish all peace-loving people a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. 3 weeks ago, the nation went to the polls in peace and tranquility. The election results were declared in peace and tranquility, and I was declared a winner in peace and tranquility. The votes were counted on the spot, and all contenders who had committed and honest polling and counting agents knew the results of the elections before they were declared by the Independent Electoral Commission, IEC. Conscience and the supreme national interest dictate that we put our differences aside and accept the verdict of the people so that peace and tranquility will prevail in our homeland. I would urge all Gambians to work together to take full charge of our destiny and resolve our differences in peace, failing which outsiders would determine our destiny for us to our shame and disgrace. I am now the president-elect. I should assume office when the term of office of the incumbent expires on the 19th of January 2017. I do not want to preside over a country that is not at peace with itself. Hence, I am calling on all peace-loving Gambians to advocate, pray, and work for a peaceful transfer of executive power for the first time in our history since independence. If the colonialists could peacefully hand over executive powers in accordance with the dictate of the people of the Gambia, we the citizens should be able to show a better example to our children. I would like to conclude by assuring you that I will spare no effort to ensure that the Gambia remains a secular, democratic, sovereign country which will protect the right of each Gambian to hold and practice religion or creed of one's choice without any hindrance or discrimination. To ensure that the country realizes its full potentials, when I assume office, I have already commissioned the establishment of a think tank, namely Agency for Sustainable Socio-Economic Development, comprising of 7 experts in the area of politics, civil, economic, social, culture, and the environment, to coordinate the mobilization of experts who would prepare the development blueprint of my government, as it will be headed by a prominent member of my team and will be charged with the responsibility of inviting Gambian experts and concerned friends of the Gambia to send their CV so as to establish an expert bank, as it will then put together experts in relevant sectors to develop sectorial blueprint for our 3-year development agenda 2017 to 2020. The expert would be required to present a development blueprint, namely program for poverty eradication, sustainable social economic development, and development cooperation to the shadow cabinet on the 14th of January 2017. During my campaign, I did tell you, the people of the Gambia, that I have a strong team to rely on to meet your aspiration for inclusiveness in building a country which would ensure national unity in freedom, peace, and prosperity for all. Let us all pray and counsel for the outgoing government to give peace a chance, that our peace-loving people would be protected from any harm as we enter a new year of hope. Let us all make a pledge as a new year resolution that we will ever be true to our homeland, the Republic of the Gambia, forward ever, back.
Now this is the one and only Amorago FM, playing you the best in
Kora, Ndaga, Seurba, Soca, Afrofusion, Reggae, Dancehall, Rocksteady, Soul, Jazz, and Dancehall.
Alongside DJ Baba is. Tune in and don't stop tuning.
Mission will not have any problem on our part. And all the things you've said is precisely why you meet Gambia, a peaceful country, where you hardly recognize that there is conflict. Prior to the declaration of results, we had election campaign. And prior to the election campaign, we had many parties with diverse political programs. But because we do not have a second round of voting, we felt that if the opposition splits, then it is easy for the incumbent to have a right. we decided to come together in the spirit of national unity, in the supreme interest of the country, to have one person to stand. Because this is a country which has never changed through the ballot box. And we felt that we should make history together and facilitate that change. So throughout the campaign, what we told our electorate is that we are trying to unify a nation, unify the ethno-linguistic groups, unify the religions, unify the gender, unify everybody so that this country can have a new start. That is the ethos of the coalition. In the campaign, we told our supporters that selecting a leader who will be entrusted with the responsibility of managing our resources, our military apparatus, security apparatus, to ensure that we have progress and freedom does not require insults, does not require conflict. What it requires is sober minds capable of making informed choices. So all the predictions that the campaign will lead to violence, of course, as you know, there was no violence during our campaign. You will see the current president-elect and the incumbent having their convoys going side by side. That's what happens during the elections. So we went up to the declaration of results. And the incumbent called the person who was declared the winner and said in no uncertain terms that what happened is the verdict of the people and the verdict of God. And then said his doors are open, and let him create the agenda, and there will be cooperation to facilitate a smooth transfer of power. As you said, everybody jubilated. The unexpected has happened. Gambia has made history, both the incumbent and the president-elect. And that's how we conceived it. We decided, after that, to have a liaison. And the incumbent created a liaison. He accepted that he was going to be an outgoing president and the president-elect will be the incoming president. And the liaison started working. They had an agenda to see what to tidy up, such as the release of prisoners, those who are in detention with us, to tidy up so that it will be a goodwill gesture as we move towards the inauguration. We also agreed that we'll form two teams, transition teams. The president-elect formed his team, wrote a letter to introduce the team to the incumbent. But on the day that the letter was to be handed, they said, an announcement is going to come. So wait for the announcement. And what was the announcement? I reject the elections. I've annulled it. We are going to have fresh elections under a new independent electoral commission. Those were the words. We, from the very beginning, told our electorate and everybody that the rule of law, good governance, human rights, respect for human rights, democracy, these were unnegotiable. We will consolidate it in this country. We believe that the Independent Electoral Commission is the only authority empowered by the Constitution to declare results and to declare a winner. And that has happened. That's the language of the Constitution. If anybody wants to reject results, fine, you can form an opinion. But if you want to challenge it, you go to the courts. And you have 10 days to do that, to the Supreme Court. That was not the way he took. The road he took was to reject, annul, and declare that there will be fresh elections under another